Oh, you'll love him.
Oh no, he just turned 50. That's right.
Young
Great,
guy.
nice. How you doing, Mr. Angel?
All right. Okay, so you can see our screen here, and this is the Google Classroom for the kids program. And what we do is we have a laptop connected to the TV screen in our classroom, and we choose one video a week to teach the kids the lesson, and then they do that all week. And it takes about your whole training of your leadership lesson takes around 10 minutes. So the video takes about, none of them are longer than what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
About 2 minutes the videos are, and then you have time to do the activity. So it's just been one of those super efficient and effective and quality control, consistent things that we're doing in our class every day. And it's whenever the TV turns on, it's like all the parents are quiet and they're listening to the leadership lesson too. And it really has kind of helped with that whole, this is important. This is what, we're really here for. So in the Google Classroom, and I know you guys haven't been, you guys in Texas hadn't gone over exactly how to go through it, which we can do that. But there's different units, and there's 12 units. So for instance, the confidence unit, in that unit, and every unit's the same, it has 4 videos that have a lesson to them. And it also has, you can see here, the written lessons. So if you don't have a video, you can read it and do it yourself that way. Super simple. But what I wanted to talk about today, for instance, was how to utilize this, not just in your day-to-day classroom, but how you can use it as a marketing tool to bring in more students to your academy and let people see who you are and what you're about. So what we do, and quarterly is really, you can do twice a year, or if you want to do it, once a quarter, it works out really good as a bring a friend day. So for instance, the last one that we did was the confidence seminar, confidence seminar for kids. And the kids had them hand out tickets to their friends at school. Of course, we marketed it every way that we could, all the different marketing things for this confidence building, bully busting seminar for kids. And it was bring a friend. And we did the seminar, of course, and then we had pizza and stuff after the seminar. There was pizza, so all that time to hang out and talk to the parents and that sort of thing. And then from there you do your appointments and get them enrolled for their 2 weeks free. That still works really, really well for us. But all I had to do, besides getting the people there, right, and doing the bully day, as far as the actual teaching, I just took two, no, three. I did 3 of these confidence lessons, and one right after the other with the kids, and just put my own little flavor and what did I want to say to the kids and to the parents at my academy. And by the time you've done 3 of the lessons and whatever else it is that you wanted to do in your seminar, and they've had the pizza, I think the whole thing took an hour. So it wasn't like it was like a 4-hour day on a Saturday. We did the hour. The kids brought in their friends. We had incentives for them to bring in, if you brought a friend, you got to break a board. That worked really well for motivating for us. And then we just did these lessons. So you can do a confidence seminar,
The kids, their friends, they run and break boards in the other room.
and like we have 12 of these units, like I mentioned. So some of the popular ones, obviously confidence. Leadership is a popular seminar to do. When you're talking about trying to bring in kids out of the community that aren't your students. Teamwork is a really good one. Parents like their kids to learn that. Goal setting, you could do a goal setting seminar. And then of course respect and health. Health has been a really popular one too. Let's see here. But so you can just pick what you think would bring in students to your class, to your special day, your special confidence building pizza party, bring a friend day, and you just put those on your calendar 4 times a year, and you've got a kind of built-in marketing event. So bring awareness to your school. So let's say let's say you wanted to do one on health. So it's a good time of year to do that one. The health lessons, like I said before.
Miss Amanda, I'm sorry to interrupt you. These are like in a seminar format, kind of, yes? Like you're doing
So
a seminar
that's
and
what I was
inviting
going.
people?
Yeah, that's what I was going over for today. It's an
Right.
option, but we use these every day in our classes. So I was just saying
Right.
you can take a set of them and do a seminar, for your marketing, but you can also just do them one. I pick one video a week that we do. Some people do one do it for 2 weeks. Just depends on your structure. But the lessons are written out for you, super easy. It's not like a million pages. There's the first lesson, second lesson, that sort of thing. So I just wanted to show you that they are in the written format as well. And then the video part, let's say cardio. I wanted to do a lesson, helping the kids with that. If you have it set up in your academy to where you have a screen in the classroom, we do, and we play it for the whole class. The kids sit down, they watch the video, and then we do the activity. So this would be your day to day. And if you just link 3 of these together, you've got a seminar. So I don't think the audio's on,
Eight,
but you can see
9, 10.
very
And your
simple.
heart rate is up. You can even take a second right now and find your heartbeat. If you've been sitting, your heartbeat's gonna be a little slower. When we get up and exercise in just a minute, we're gonna feel that heart rate get faster and faster.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't think the audio is on, but it's just a real quick lesson. This is 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And then it has an example of the kids doing the activity. The kids really like to watch other kids doing stuff like that. And then they get the opportunity to get up and do it. So that is how we do it day to day. But like I said, you link three or four of these together and you've got a seminar, and everybody comes in and learns that topic.
Very cool.
So
It's cool, right?
let's see. This is for your kids, your 12 and unders. So any questions on that concept, on how to use it to do a marketing event?
Yep, that's a great idea.
It, like I said, it takes kind of all the you don't have to come up with a leadership lesson. You don't have to come up with a concept. You just pick one of these and say, okay, we're doing a health seminar, or we're doing the teamwork seminar on how to be a good team player, which is a fun one to do right when school starts. How to make friends and how to get back in the groove of that.
She provided all this material, and then if we want to do one, we just follow what they're saying.
So, Miss Amanda,
Yeah,
for like you say you do it every day.
right.
What time? What time of the day you do? Do you do in the beginning of the session or at the end?
So all of our classes are 1 hour. So in our class, we'll have 45 to 50 minutes of training of their martial arts, and then the last 10 minutes or so, we sit down. Everybody comes together. They watch watch the leadership lesson. They watch it, and then you might say, okay, we talked about health and cardio. What muscle is your cardio muscle? And they should know it's the heart. And then they do the activity that they just watched the kids do. And the thing that I like about it is that whoever is teaching your class, it doesn't take, I mean, we've all tried to come up with all of this stuff that we're going to, how do I teach focus? How do I teach responsibility? How do I teach, teamwork? And this is just done for you. So whoever's teaching your class, even if they have to fill in and they never taught a class before, the leadership lesson gets taught. The leadership, it's that simple that your parents are paying extra money for their children to be in a higher level program. And this is one of those elements. Everybody's martial arts is unique and different, and every school is different. But, the hard part, at least from my experience from when I've talked to instructors, is how do I come up with these mat chats? Where do I get these? What is the leadership lesson? How do I stay consistent? And then if you're a school owner and other people are teaching for you, how do you make sure that the message is consistent and on point every time? That it's not just, or that it, the way our classes are structured, it never gets left out. And it's always consistent with what you would want as a parent being taught to your own children.
So, Ms. Amanda, how long is the videos?
They're about 2 minutes.
Oh,
And this is the kids portion we're going over today. So for instance, just to give you a day today, January, we just started with Unit 1. You can start wherever you want, it doesn't matter. We started with confidence for January. And so the first week of January, we had the confidence lesson was the superhero role play where the kids, did their favorite superhero pose, and worked on kind of having a good time building their confidence. And like I said, the video is like 2 minutes, and then they get to do what they just saw. And I think that's one of the things they really, they watch it, it's fun to watch, and then they get to do it themselves. So, and then the next week we went to You Are a Movie Star. And then the third week, lift others up. And then that's this week. I think this is the third week.
We're on positive self-talk.
Yeah, positive self-talk. And then, so all month long, they are focused on confidence building. And if you wanted to do each one of these for 2 weeks instead of 1 week, it just stretches out. And it just depends on how your school's going. I know, Master Kim, I don't know if you want to talk about how you've used the junior portion in your academy.
I've combined the both programs together in a way because with the juniors and teenagers and adults, and I try to incorporate everything into one, and then trying to expand on it a little bit, and then always, like you mentioned, trying to get the input on what they learn, trying to get some feedback from each individual. Not everyone, but different age brackets, so everybody gets something out of the feedback.
So your older students are doing the leading part, and then learning how to not just teach, but how to teach in such a way that promotes building confidence in the students.
I'll put everybody in there.
Everybody.
So sometimes I have the kids try it and then teach, bigger adults and see how they do, and let the teenagers do it, and then let the adult do it. Everybody takes turns leading a little bit, and then from there we're trying to get a feedback from them, what they felt about, how they did, constructive criticism, give them some feedback to each other, so that way they get some kind of idea how to improve on it.
Right, and that's the let's see, Sebastian, just for clarity, what he's talking about, taking the junior lessons when he's teaching his instructors, when Master Kim's teaching his instructors, then you have this teen and adult instructor training. material also. So for your staff, you guys that are instructing, this is a systematic way for you to continue to enhance and learn how to be a better instructor, or this is the material you would use for teaching those underneath you. So let's say you have some up and coming instructors. How do you get them to be the best instructors they can be? This program, the Teen and Adult Instructor Training Program, is done for you with your lesson plans, and you can just start at day one. Here's how you become an instructor, and just take them through the whole program. And it's set up very similar, except for it doesn't have the videos, but you have your different levels of instructors. So your entry level 1 instructor, and up through 5, which would be the ones that you don't have to handhold. They know what they're doing. So that is, as far as this program goes, that's what Master Kim's talking about when he just held a boot camp over the Christmas break. So putting this all together and trying all kinds of stuff, out of the regular class time, is what he just took his instructors, his leadership team through. So I know that's a lot of information, and I know Master Kim's been with us for a while, so I wanted to give him something that, just a different way to look at the material and how to not just use it in your classroom, but how you could put it together in terms of a, marketing opportunity. Any questions on that, Master Kim?
No, I think that's a great idea. You just it's the same concept what I try to teach the kids. You don't just use one self-defense the way you learned it just one way. You got to learn how to use it multiple ways, and then you're doing this leadership training multiple ways to draw more people, and I think that's fantastic.
Yes, sir. And then, kind of the really cool thing too is, since your team's gone through this, when you do bring all of those other people in, the guests, the friends that are coming in that day, you have a lot of people in your academy that have already been through these activities and drills, and they can be your leaders and helpers. And it does, they like doing them over and over again, and they especially like showing other people how to do it. So it's a leadership opportunity for your current students, as well as a great opportunity to bring new people in. So.
And also we can invite, just like basic kids, we invite them to the leadership to test out.
Right.
So, this is another great experience to invite them to the leadership and let the parents see and how we're involved in, what the leadership program,
this is a taste of what they'll get every day in their class. This is a taste of, the character development, leadership. Yeah.
Samantha?
Absolutely.
We have a little dragon program, or little dragons.
Yes.
Little samurais. Which program do you use for those guys?
The junior one, that'll work. Yeah, great. We have our preschoolers program too. So Keith, you do a little bit more in that level in terms, but they love watching the videos, and on their own they can do the activities too. Sometimes, some of the like doing an obstacle course, they really love that. And you can look at your team. What are your age groups for your little dragons?
From
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
4 to 6, yeah, perfect.
That's a great age. The program works for that age greatly. If you have 4 and 5-year-olds, you might use a little different verbiage. But
Yeah.
all the lessons work on all those different levels.
Which kind of brings me to your kind of classroom chats and stuff, and especially I know it feels cold out, but it won't be too long before school's winding down, and that seems to be a real busy time for us to be in the schools. And you can bring in, your team can kind of divide and conquer easily with taking one of these leadership lessons into the school classroom, and choosing one that would work in that setting.
When I go to school systems and go do assemblies and classrooms and field days. You know, when we do all those, I just pick and choose lessons from this curriculum. Sometimes the teachers want a specific topic. Sometimes they leave it up to us, and I pick the ones that that I like the best, and so it's great. I use this in classrooms every day. We use it for seminars, and then I use it whenever I go out to churches or schools and have to do those kinds of functions. It's just so easy because, and especially now because I got them all memorized, I can just pick and choose exactly which lessons I want to teach, and it just takes a lot of that planning out of it. It saves you a lot of time.
Yeah. And when you're consistent with it on a daily basis, you're gonna remember it better because it's like you're repeating it to each class.
So the kids usually at the end of the week can like recite the video almost.
Yeah.
So like last week I had a kid actually get up and we had a technical issue, so the computer wasn't working, and it was the end of the week, so I actually had a kid come up and he basically regurgitated the video, and gave the whole confidence lesson, which ended up being really cool and worked really well. But he'd seen the video so many times, he already knew what confidence was, and he ended up giving the lesson to the kids, so worked out good.
Yeah, I think that sometimes as adults we feel like, oh, they've already done that, or I've seen that before, but kids love knowing what to expect, and they love knowing the answers to things. That's been my experience through the years. That's why they can watch the same movie 40 times. So, but yeah, the repetition, just like your form, just like your training, it's what makes it solid.
Yeah.
Well, any other questions today on this topic? Next Monday, we'll go over more of the adult program, but I did want to give, especially right here at the beginning of the year, go ahead and plan out your quarterly seminars that you're going to bring a friend day, and then pick your topics, and really at that point, once it's on the calendar and you know what you're going to talk about, it's done for you except for your marketing.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you, Miss Amanda. Well, we need to talk about where do I find all this information?